All right, let's get to this the EA Sports home field rankings for the new college sports video game. Now they're going to release the rankings of everything, player rankings, team rankings. That'll all happen. They're going to piecemeal it and trickle it out over the next week or so. But they released the toughest places to play in college football based on their formula, their algorithm. Toughest places to play ranked on here. They have the Aggies and Kyle Field at number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? They need a win today.
I'll say this. Somebody's played at Kyle Field and covered Texas. Hey, I was there for the last Texas A&M game where Texas beat them, and we stormed the field on them. Shout out to my man, Justin Tuck. But it's Justin Tucker, I should say, but I don't know, I call him Tuck. But anyway, it is a tough place to play. They are dedicated and committed to being being influential and being impactful on the game. Like the 12th man, so they got all their rich traditions. There are times when they are truly ruckus and that their team is on top of you and they're playing well. They can, it looks like that stadium's rocking, like the actual stadium itself. it looks like from the field that it's rocking. So yeah, it can be a tough place to play. I've lost there, once at Kyle Field. But yeah, to be number 1, I don't know if I'd say it's number 1. I don't know. They're saying it's better than playing. And the Texas beat Alabama in Alabama at Bryant-Denny Stadium. That's number 2. That you argue it's number 1, toughest place to play potentially, especially when Nick Saban was there. Maybe without Nick Saban, that's what they're considering. Tiger Stadium, LSU is number 3. Ohio State's number 4. Sanford Stadium for Georgia is at number 5. Beaver Stadium for Penn State at number 6. Camp Randall Stadium for Wisconsin at number 7. Oklahoma's Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. That's a mouthful. At number 8. Doak Campbell Stadium for Florida State at number 9. And Ben Hill Griffin Stadium for Florida is at number 10. And Texas, I'll go down this list. Texas is at number 19. Darrell K. Royal Stadium. Texas Memorial Stadium is at number 10. I think it should be higher than that. Remember Will Anderson said it was like the toughest place that he played?
Yeah.
Remember that? We have that audio? Remember Will Anderson said that when he came to Texas, like this is one of the toughest places to play. And he guys been had played in the SEC for 3 years, and it was saying, no, Texas, that's a tough place to play.
Since I've been here these last 3 years, this is probably like the loudest environment I've played in, probably the hardest game I've played in since I've been in college football. Their fans were super loud, got a lot of energy, but the atmosphere was crazy.
Yeah, I think I would agree. I mean, it was crazy, but we also play in the SEC too, to where stadiums get loud. So I don't think it was a big deal, just because we played in a lot of loud games.
Yeah, I mean, that was what Anderson saying. Hey, man, it was one of the loudest places he's ever played in. So 19, maybe a bit too low, but
I feel like that's based on some years of down football, and Texas fans are not necessarily going to be the loudest place if the team's not playing great. And I know not a lot of places are, but some of these places will be loud no matter what. Yeah. Or louder no matter what. And DKR can be pretty sit on your hands at points when Texas was having down times. It's not anymore. So I would put up higher.
I agree with that.
I'm surprised. So they're at 19. 16 is the Big House in Michigan. It feels like that should be higher too. 16.
I would have thought that Michigan would be higher too. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't understand that. I mean, that's one of the largest, if not the largest in the country. It's one of the largest in the country. So in terms of where Texas has to play though this year, Texas will play at A&M. So based on their ranking, Texas will play in the toughest place. And by the way, after stealing their baseball coach, they'll be trying to exercise some demons in that game. Like I said, the only way I think they can recover psychologically as a fan base and as an athletic department, period, from this is if they beat Texas in the first game after, rekindling the rivalry between Texas and Texas A&M. If they can beat Texas in that game, the first one at home, since the rivalry discontinued, that'd be huge in terms of them recovering. That'd be therapeutic. It'd be cathartic for the fan base. But if they lose that game, it could be equally damaging because I think they're going to invest a lot in it.
Yeah.
So you got to play at Capitol. Sorry, go ahead.
I just want to, and OU have a number 8. Not just throwing shade OU, but they don't schedule really great non-conference games to put in there either. So I don't know what the games that they're talking about where it's been a great game at OU because we don't play them at OU.
Yeah.
So if you take that out, I don't know how many knockdown drag outs. I mean, you could say like the rivalry game with Oklahoma State, but I don't put that as like, if I'm saying crazy games that you see and you think, man, this is a crazy hard place to play. Yeah, it's hard to play if you're Kansas there because you're Kansas.
Yeah, I've never even been to Gaelic, so I can't even tell you. So maybe it is. Right now I'll plead ignorance on that. I have no idea because I've really, and I don't want to go there. By the way, I'm not. I don't plan on going to Norman, Oklahoma, so I'll never be able to tell you. But you make a good point there. You're right about that because Texas doesn't play there, and I believe a lot of their big time non-conference games. Sometimes they're either a neutral site or maybe they're on the road.
Yeah, I've never heard of that place being one of the best.
Yeah,
like one of the craziest crowds. I've just never heard that. Maybe they are, and we just don't know it. But I've never heard that. So
okay, so yeah, and Texas don't have to go there. All right, even though Texas OU is always a big game, so you got to play at A&M, toughest place to play. You'll have to go to Michigan. They got Michigan at 16 on here. You brought that up. You also have to go. Oh, you know what? You got to go to. They got the Razorbacks. They got Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium at number 23. And you're going to Mississippi State. You're going to Mississippi State, right? Is it Mississippi State? You're going to? Maybe not. Maybe you play them. So you don't go to many of these locations, but you got a few. And the Aggies, you got to go to the big house. You got to go on the road to play the Razorbacks. You got to play Arkansas on the road. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think Texas has. I mean, like I said, I'm with you. I think Michigan should be higher. I don't know how Michigan's not.
Yeah, and now I
understand why they hate on Texas, but the Michigan thing is crazy.
Yeah, now with Texas and OU going to the SEC.